Downey.
Matt,
Nice to meet you, KK.
you too, mate. Thank you for coming up to Wolverhampton and welcome to the Steel Mill.
So Ken, personally I find it really hard whenever anyone asks me my favourite Judas Priest album or song. It's so difficult because one of the things with Priest, which I love, is they're not repetitive. Each album, I feel you're trying to bring something different and experiment, and it never gets kind of stagnant. If someone was real new to Priest, you know, some teenager who's just getting into metal, and they want an album that is going to get them into Priest, what album do you think kind of epitomises what Judas Priest is about?
Yeah, I get asked this quite a lot, and it's so difficult. It is really difficult, but I think if I can just elaborate a little bit, really, on that, I think I've got to go with British Steel.
Really?
Yeah, you know, I've got to do that because I think that was the album for Judas Priest that consolidated everything.
Right.
You know, because it was the first album that, you know, that Judas Priest was completely, had the leather studs look, you know, everything on that album was quite complete for Priest.
You got to think what Rob Halford did when he was at the head of Judas Priest. He got all these straight guys to dress like they're in a gay biker gang because they wanted to be cool like Judas Priest.
I think just prior to that album, I think there was just myself and Rob that were kind of wearing leather and stuff. And then suddenly it just, you know, thankfully, it just came together, you know, because I kind of tell a story that, like, when I was growing up, when I was a kid, my two sisters used to drive me mad listening to the transistor radio, listening to the Beatles and Elvis and Cliff Richards and all of that stuff, you know, and all of that Mersey beat stuff, you know. And I became aware that a lot of these bands all had a uniform look. They all had the same clothes, the same haircut and everything. So what did we all do as blues rock musicians? We gave that wide berth, you know. So we thought, we go out there, we all have our own separate identities, and that's what we do. And go back through history and look at the bands, Zeppelin, Taste, Free, you know, whoever it is, you know. Everybody's got their own, I'm going to wear this tonight, and this guy looks like... Because we didn't want that kind of uniform look. And then as we kind of were evolving as a band, you know, I was always kind of dark, heavy, moody, could never be heavy enough, you know, heavier the better, whatever it is. But at some point, so we had a great name for the band, Judas Priest, moody, great, you know, songs great, all of that was evolving, you know.